guys, it's your girl T, and I don't know who to shout out, but shout out to you for sending me this crazy story, and it's coming from overseas. We haven't had overseas stories in quite a long time, so this crazy story is coming from wretched old Blackburn, England. Yes, England is in the news, and this story isn't jolly at all. It's quite disturbing if you ask me. So what's going on in jolly old England is that there's a 13-year-old boy, and he's accused of raping his 8-year-old sister. So what happened is that he was at a friend's house, and they had been watching porn on the Xbox. So he decided to try it on his sister because he figured his sister was so young that she wouldn't be able to remember. He admitted to the police. He basically forced sexual acts on his sister and also had his sister perform those acts on him as well. This whole situation is just disturbing, and that's why I say that you have to talk to your kids. So many women want to come on here and bitch and whine and complain about how, oh, I would never let my child watch this, and I would never let my child listen to Lil Wayne. That's fine. You don't have to let your child do anything, but your children are still being exposed to certain things with or without your knowledge. We talked about this on Blog Talk Radio a year ago. One of my close friends called me. She was real upset. She had logged into her son's Xbox while he was at school because he had this private folder. So she got curious and she wanted to know what was in the private folder. And of course, it was password protected, but you know, all kids, their password is their damn birth date. So she put in his birth date, and lo and behold, there was all types of interracial, hardcore, you know, hit Annie from the back porn, straight hardcore porn. And her son is only 12. So she was really upset. She called me, you know, real upset, crying. And I told her, okay, you have to sit and talk to him. You know, it doesn't make no sense to go off and, you know, beat his ass and go off on him. He's curious about sex, point blank. And kids have so much access to porn nowadays, it's insane. Anything with the internet connection means that they have access to all types of music and porn, okay? And when she talked to her son, she found out that he found out about this. He was getting the porn from other kids at the playground. They were swapping porn with each other via their cell phones, via their DSs, and their PlayStation handheld games. They were swapping porn that way and then downloaded it onto the computer, onto their Xboxes, onto their TV. So kids have access to this. Just because a site says you have to be 18 to enter does not mean anything. All a child has to hit is yes. There's no other way to verify that these kids are actually 18. So you have to have discussions with your children. You have to let them know how serious this is, and that no matter what you see in a game, even if you run across pornography or something shady, you cannot act it out. It doesn't make it okay. You know, kids are naturally curious about sex, so you have to talk to them. You know, I feel so bad for this 8-year-old girl. She was totally violated by somebody she should have been able to trust, her brother. You know, and he's out on bail. They're saying that he's awaiting sentencing, and I know the laws are very different in England. Most likely they'll probably give him some type of counseling as opposed to, you know, prison time like they would here in the States. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But if this case isn't a wake-up call for parents, stop assuming not my child. Stop assuming that your child is so fucking innocent and that your child has never ran across porn or just doesn't listen to Lil Wayne or anything out there in the hip-hop universe. You know, I just wish a lot of parents would wake up and stop putting these fucking blinders on their faces. These kids are so smart nowadays. They're very technologically savvy. They're always into some shit. I don't put nothing past my own kids, so I'll be damned if I put something past somebody else's kids. That's why I say you have to have an open line of communication with your kids and explain to them about sex. Explain to them about what rape is, what digital rape is. You know, we talked about all this on Blog Talk Radio last year, and we have been doing our shows again every Friday, so feel free to join us. But these are discussions that need to be had. You know, for some reason, this boy was living in a fantasy world where he thought it was okay to act out this. You know, and to me, he's old enough to know that this is not okay, that it's not okay to go out here and have sex with your sister. If you wouldn't rape the damn girl down the street, why would you think that it was okay to perform these acts on your own sibling? So this whole situation is just really, really disturbing. So anyways, go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire disturbing situation that's coming from jolly old England. All right, deuces.